11, Osei Kufuor. I'm back at y'all again. It's been a while since I dropped the video, so I'm going to go ahead and address a few things. Now, a lot of people are asking about the inner earth, the giants, and things of that nature. I touched on that before, but I'm going to touch on it again. Now, the earth that we are living in, or living on, is not a real earth. This is a genetically modified earth. This is a processed earth. Our ancestors never lived on top of the earth. They all lived in the inner earth. They were creating pyramids, and they were transferring pyramids from the inner earth into the top of the earth, because the inner earth has a distinct magnetism that helps them to be able to transfer by way of telecommunication from the inner earth to the top of the earth very easily. Now, in the inner earth, we have something that's called giants. You can find them. Matter of fact, they have bones. Archaeologists and anthropologists have found bones inside of the inner earth in Cincinnati and Iowa. They also have bones that they found in Cleveland as well. These are African bloodlines and ancestors. Don't let them tell you that these are Europeans, because when you study the bone structure and the bone density of these bones that they are finding, these anthropologists are finding, these are clearly African features. These are African features. Not only that, but when you go into the carbon dating is actually proving that the certain carbon that they consist of within their bone structure is the same neurocarbon that we consist of, which is solar cells. They had solar cells within the bones that still reproduce. And these bones that they found in the inner earth in Cincinnati have cells, solar cells, that are still being reproduced today. So is this the real earth that we're living in? No. Matter of fact, the heat, the vibration that you are feeling from the sun that you think is in the sky is not the real sun. And this is why we're dying at a young age. The real sun is in the inner earth. If we were closer to the sun that's in the inner earth, we would live much longer. There are beings in the inner earth, and many people say, well, why did they find bones of these giants? Because many of them did not make it, but many of them did, who did survive, did make it into the inner earth. Now, there are parallel universes that are crossing now, and there are black holes within the Antarctic. And within the Antarctic, you have the United States military who went there in 1936. And the people that they sent there in 1936 were missing for 10 years. And then all of a sudden they reappeared back on top of the scene, but they never showed it on the news. And these people that were missing when they came back, they wasn't themselves. These people that went into the military, when they did their physicals, their blood type was different when they came back. But that's for another day. I'm going to touch on that at the UFO conference. Again, the earth that we are living on, this is not our real home. You have whole civilizations that is under us. You have whole new civilizations with different air, water, gravity, suns, moons, stars. You get what I'm saying? A whole new different breed of beings who is able to cross other universes because of the different hydrogen particles and oxygen molecules that is in the earth. So, again, this is not a real earth that we are living on. The real earth is in the inner earth. They had to cover all of that up so that our brain capacity was shut down to 10%, or what they call 10%, which now it is raising back up to its highest capacity, because now you have other worlds that is seeping in from the inner earth by way of our ancestral extraterrestrial African bloodline beings who are in the earth. Now, giants don't only exist as tall beings. They do, but you have giants that live in the water, which they call mermaids. Now, when you go below the sea level of the ocean and seas, you have unaccounted for species that they don't know about. But these beings that's called mermaid do exist, and they exist as giants. Okay, they are crossbreeds of other species, other animalistic species, and human beings. And they live under the ocean. No one can get under the ocean. But these species come from under the ocean at a certain time of year. And I'll go further into that too at the UFO conference in Atlanta. But they come from under the sea level of the ocean, and they interact with certain species that lives in the ocean, and they put information into the water. And this is why the government is dropping chemtrails into the water to try to kill those vibrational frequencies, which is energy, which is information, because energy is information. Information travels by way of energy. So therefore, these ancestors of ours who live below the sea level is sending information to us from below the sea level. And the government knows this because there's whole civilizations under the oceans and seas on top of what we call the third dimensional plane of the top of the earth. All right? So with that much said, this is Black Science TV 111. Osei Kufuor, I'm out. Peace. I am not a part of the conscious community. 111 Osei Kufuor. I'm back at y'all again. Today I'm coming to talk about satellites in your bedroom and demons within. Now, a lot of us don't know that throughout our electrical devices, there are certain modulating systems that is installed within these components that can be initiated or sparked when we are asleep at night, that can open up certain worlds to attack our subconscious when we are asleep at night. What do I mean by that? When you are studying the boxes such as the Twin Towers, the Twin Towers has a frequency modulating system similar to the frequency modulating systems that is in your flat screen televisions and in your cellular devices. Now, whenever you are analyzing or whenever you are witnessing the satellites in your city blinking with lights at nighttime, whenever you see the lights that is blinking within certain towers, this right here says that they have pushed the button for certain portals to be open within these electrical devices. So your television has something in it that they use to open up portals when you are asleep at night. This is why a lot of people are seeing demons in their rooms. A lot of people are actually witnessing certain things around their bed. Even if you can't see things, you are actually feeling the presence of something around your bed, but it's not actually something that you are feeling in this realm. These are things that exist in parallel universes that is now coming into contact with the universe that you are existing in right now, which is the third dimension.